First Day in Grapes by Elkin Fides, illustrated by Robert Castilla and read by Catalina Lizarraga. Chico never could decide if California reminded him of a fruit basket or a pizza. His family traveled from one migrant camp to another, picking fruits and vegetables. From oranges to apples, they went from onions to tomatoes to peppers. Dad arrived at a camp in Grapes last night. Get up, Chico, pronto, Mama called as her hands patted the tortillas she was making for the family meals. You can't be late on your first day. Andale, let's go. He had so many first days. First days in artichokes, first days in onions, first days in garlic. Now his first day in third grade would be in grapes. I don't want to go to school, Chico complained to Mama when they went into the kitchen to wash. Kids pick on me. They call me names. Mama tippy-toed on a stool like a circus acrobat. She was hanging the yellow curtains that belonged to Abuela, his grandmother. Mama moved the curtains from camp to camp, trying to make each new place feel like home. Listen, Mama said. We all have jobs, and school is yours. Mama jumped down from the stool and put one hand on Chico's shoulder, the other on his back. She straightened him up until he looked like Papa before he went to work in the fields each day. Chico wondered why Mama kept doing that. Sure as grapes turned purple, she stood him up tall when he went to school. Mama didn't know how scary school could be. She didn't understand that some kids didn't like him. Maybe it was because he often moved before kids got to know him, or because he spoke Spanish sometimes. Besides, Chico figured he didn't need to go to school that much. He wanted to be a race car driver, driving fast and winning a big trophy for a room. They didn't teach you how to drive race cars in school. At the bus stop, Chico roomed over to a few kids he had seen in other camps. Hola, he said, staring around them. Hello. Hola, they shouted back. When the bus came, the driver looked mean as a crew boss. Hurry up, the bus driver boomed before Chico or the others could find places to sit. Move it. The bus lurched forward. Chico grabbed the back of his seat and held on. You better watch out, old Hooch will get you, the boy sitting there warned Chico. So that's old Hooch from Grapes, Chico thought, staring at the driver. He was so mean, kids in other camps talked about him. They joked to take a pot of tamales to fill up old Hooch and make him nice. Two boys in the first row bounced on their seats and shoved each other. Hey, new kid, one of the boys called to Chico. What are you looking at? They didn't seem afraid of old Hooch, even though he frowned at them in the mirror. You better watch out for those troublemakers too, Chico's seatmate said. Mike and Tony, they're mean kids in fourth grade. At school, the office secretary told Chico to go to room 8. There, George Washington's picture hung up over the chalkboard. Chico silently greeted his old friend from other schools. Buenos dias, amigo. The teacher's name was Mrs. Anders. Welcome, Chico, she said. You can sit there by John Evans. John looked friendlier than many of the kids he'd met in other schools. You're lucky you're in this class, John said. Miss Andrews is the best teacher. She can crack a home run over the playground fence, and every time she rounds home, she gives a loud cheer. Chico's eyes got big as lemons. You fooled me, Chico said. He wondered how a little senorita like Miss Andrews could hit a ball so far. She cheers for herself. During the Pledge of Allegiance, Chico felt goosebumps on his arms. The pledge made him feel proud to be an American, even though some people treated him like a foreigner. Miss Andrews asked the two new students to tell the class about themselves. Sylvie, a girl from camp, stood and took a little bow. My name is Sylvie Castro, she said. I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters, but I'd rather have a kitten. Everyone laughed, even Miss Andrews. Now Chico saw a whole class looking his way. George Washington, too. Chico had to say something. I'm Chico Padilla. My papa works more crates than his friends Juan Grande and Juan Chiquito together. He's real quick. Then Chico was quick, too. He sat down, fast. The class was quiet, but Miss Andrews smiled at him. Miss Andrews likes me, Chico thought. He would try to work hard for her. He wondered if he should have told about himself, about how he could dance the bull dance while his uncles played salsa on guitar, or how he wanted to be a race car driver. Next, Miss Andrews put out some pictures. Choose a picture you like, she told the class, and write a story about it. Chico picked a white house with bushes and flowers. He bet that house had a room for cooking, another room for bathing, and bedrooms for everybody. It probably even had hot water and a TV. Chico didn't like writing. It was hard to find the right words, but he did his best for Miss Andrews. My house, she is okay, Chico struggled to write. The paint is coming off, a little hole in the floor. Someday I'll have a nice house like this. During math, Miss Andrews called on Chico. 14 plus 45 is, Miss Andrews asked. Chico picked up the chalk and wrote 59. It was easy as adding the crates of fruits and vegetables Papa picked. Miss Andrews winked. Let's try 58 plus 36. In a flash, Chico wrote 94. Miss Andrews' eyebrows shot up. Can you do 59 plus 94? Chico thought for a second, then he wrote 153. Oh, yes, said Miss Andrews, giving a thumbs up. Chico hadn't felt this good since he's broken the piñata at the harvest picnic. I bet you like the math fair, John told Chico when he got back to his desk. It's next month. Chico knew about math fairs. They had one at the School of Radishes and in the school in Dates, but his family always moved before he could compete. Quickly, Chico added up the weeks they'd be in grapes. If they stayed through raisins, maybe he'd get to go to the math fair. This first day isn't so bad, Chico thought, sitting at the lunch table. He peeled a grape and popped it into his mouth. It felt smooth and cool. Nothing scary had happened, and there would be a math fair. Just then, Mike and Tony, the troublemakers from the bus, came over to Chico's table. Oh, yum, yum. Let's see what this new kid eats, Mike said, grabbing Chico's lunch sack. Looky here, said Tony, holding up a tortilla. This looks like a cardboard. Bet it tastes like it, too. Chico's heart thumped. Why anyone would say something like that about a tortilla could hurt him bad. Bet his mommy makes them, Mike teased. Don't talk about my mama, Chico warned in a low voice. What do you say? Mike said. That's when Chico felt Mama's hand. Finally, he got it. Mama meant for him to have courage, be strong. Although his knees felt weak, Chico stood up tall. It got quiet enough to hear cucumbers grow. Tony leaned so close Chico could feel him breathe. Then Tony pointed his finger and smirked. Well, look who's trying to be macho. Chico didn't feel macho. He didn't feel brave either. He wished he were back with the chalkboard working math problems. Suddenly Chico said, Do you know what 5994 is? What? Mike and Tony said together. They looked surprised. 153, Chico replied. Hey kid, Mike said, you learned to add counting the holes in your roof? Tony and Mike high-fived and bent over laughing. Need an easier one? 25 and 72, Chico heard himself say. 97, he answered before they got a chance. A crowd of kids began to surround them. What if you take 65 crates of dried grapes and add 77 crates to it? How many crates of raisins do you get? Chico continued. The crowd was growing, watching, waiting. Leave him alone, a girl called out. He didn't do anything to you, someone else added. Tony looked around. This is dumb, he said. Who cares about adding up crates? Yeah, who cares, repeated Mike. No one moved. No one said a word. Finally, Mike and Tony turned, trying to look tough. The crowd parted, letting them walk through. John rushed over to Chico. Those kids scare everybody, said John. But you didn't look scared. They scared me some, Chico admitted, but he thought, bravo. He stood up for himself and it felt good. You think you'll be here for the math fair? John asked. We could be partners. Chico smiled. Maybe. I'd like that. That afternoon, getting off the bus, Chico walked past Old Hoonch. Buenas tardes y gracias, Chico said. Old Hoonch glared at him. What'd you say? I said, good afternoon and thank you. You know, for the ride. He took a deep breath. And my name is Chico. Chico Padilla. I live here now in Grapes. Old Hoonch rested his elbow on the steering wheel and looked down at Chico's lane. Well, good afternoon to you, Chico Padilla, he mumbled. See you tomorrow. Chico jumped off the bus. This had been a pretty good first day. He had a new friend and a good teacher, and Old Hoonch knew his name. Chico watched until the bus disappeared in a cloud of dust. Then he ran down the lane toward home, where yellow curtains blew in the windows. The end.